Hello everybody, back with the sand rod, or sand wand guide, whatever. I really don't like this thing. I've kind of said this in comments and other websites like GameFAQs, Smashboards, and all that other wonderful stuff. I really don't like this thing. Maybe it's because the game hates me and I don't have hasty on it, and this is the only 4,000 skill I've gotten that's finishing Blow Plus, which I will get eventually, but no hasty on it, and that's why I was kind of waiting to do this guide, because I wanted hasty on this, because I'm like, this thing really sucks, but it would benefit a lot from hasty, but I didn't know for sure, so I wanted to get hasty, but it's like, I've just given up at this point, and after playing around with it more, it'll benefit, but it's still gonna have its major flaws. So anyways, weapon skills, you're gonna want strength 2 through 5. No strong attack plus. A strong attack on this thing I found zero use for. Yeah. So I'm gonna remove strong attack plus on this, definitely. And then versus Dragon Run Dead, because I guess like if you're gonna not have strong attack because that's a terrible attack, then just put that in instead. And then no healing, hasty attacks, finishing blow plus, especially finishing blow plus, because finishing blows are really the only consistent way you're gonna be able to do damage on this thing. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna be saying that a lot, but no, it's bad, and no. No. If I'm playing a level 255 character with a 5-star 8-slot level 3 weapon, then I should be I should be able to do more than like no damage. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, the weak string. It's like kinda slow. It's like the time between the 4th and 5th hit, the 5th hit, whatever. Like, that's just like too much time, and it doesn't. I mean, like the last hit kind of does some nice damage, but the first 4 hits they do nothing. Like, okay, wow, no, and they're like way too slow, and the range on them isn't like that great either to either really justify it. It's just like, it's really mediocre. Okay. So, anyways, it's a weak string. They usually don't have purpose anyways, other than to get to other combos. But anyways, okay, the strong attack. You hop on your train, and you go training along, and there's your finishing blow. Basically, yeah, well, that was the one use of strong attack, is to break weak point gauges. That's about it, because it does no damage. It does nothing to shields. I mean, look how much damage that did. You're not going to be doing damage with that thing. You don't have invincibility. You're still going to get hit. So, and you can't dodge cancel it, so it's extremely unsafe. Can you even special cancel it? Oh, you can special cancel it at least, but okay. Well, I guess since I used it, because there's not really much else to say about strong attack, I'm trying to do this video kind of quick too. Special attack, yeah, you're going to want to use that to cancel stuff, because I mean, it does some nice damage, and it has, like, okay range, and it also does move you forward a bit. No, wait, I don't have another special. But, yeah, it does move you forward a bit, and so if I might back to the keep here, then, yeah, I went from about here to here. So that's about, like, a third of a keep, I'd say. Or maybe a quarter. But, yeah, you move kind of far with it, so it's like, since it also knocks enemies away, it can basically just like reset a situation if you're surrounded, and just like get you out of whatever corner you're in. If you're trying to use some other slow attack, because this thing is full of slow attacks, and it's dumb because they don't even do any damage, and it's like, gah. Okay. Anyways. And, I mean, it's also useful for finishing blows because, I mean, like, that's all you're going to be able to do in 1v1 is just finishing blows. Anyways, okay, combo 2. It does no damage. Also, you're going to, okay, I'm going to be saying that a lot, but it really doesn't no damage. Okay, wait. Wow, that did nothing. Like, again, that's really only used for breaking weak point gauges, and it's also kind of like, if they're not doing their weak point gauges, it's kind of just, you can try to use it to juggle them. It's not an infinite or anything, but you can kind of just use it to juggle them and at least have some damage flow going until they do decide to show their finishing or weak point, like there, but eh. Or if it's like, if you're trying to battle like Volga, who you have to kind of like attack him and to expose his weak point, that's basically what you're going to want to do. And it's like, you can't dodge cancel it at all, pretty much, but it is still kind of safe compared to the other stuff. Yeah. Okay, combo 3. This is nice for approaching people because, I mean, you start kind of far away. Oh, wait, it has that third hit. I forgot to press it 3 times. That's combo 4. I'm a mess. Okay. You know, yeah, that third hit. That's nice to approach, and it can do some decent damage, but, like, decent damage for this weapon, which is, like, below average for anything else. But, yeah, yeah, it's mostly used for approaching, and, I mean, you can also kind of use it for weak points. But, like I said, strong attack and combo 2, that's really what you're going to want to use instead, because they're kind of quicker. And I was going to say, like, they were safer, but strong attack's not that safe. So, But yeah, that's, like, for approaching enemies, and then also, like, generic enemies, like Elizabeth, you can kind of just drag them into a corner and just spam that on them. And it's nice, but, Okay, now onto the interesting attacks, finally. Okay, combo 4. This thing is really great at taking out keeps. Like, oh my. Like, just racking up KOs in general. You're going to also be doing a lot of damage with that thing. Thing is, it's unsafe. And it's just like, if anything puts their shield up, well, okay, now you're getting hit. Because it doesn't break shields, and you're going to get hit. Because that enemies are at least somewhat smart. That it's like, oh, well, now I can attack them. They will, because you have no invincibility on it. So, you can just do this, like, if you just do the first hit and you don't mash it, so you just do YYYX or BBBY instead of pressing the strong attack button 3 times so you don't do all 3 hits. That is a relatively safe option, so you can do this. It does actually decent damage. And also, it's faster and does more damage than strong attack. So why do you need to use strong attack for damage when you can just use that? Huh, I wonder why they would just, like, make that just straight up better. And then it's, like, for keeps, I'll do, like, the second hit sometimes to just, like, get in those last few KOs. And then I guess the last hit's, like, mostly if there's, like, a ton of enemies or giant bosses, because you also want to use this against giant bosses. Giant bosses it is actually good at, so I will give it that. And then combo 5, there's not really much else here to hit, but yeah. That thing is extremely unsafe, but it is amazing at giant bosses. Just one use of that takes down Manhandle's weak point, so that's amazing. Taking keeps, it's pretty much no problem. And it's also really great when you're in Focus Spirit, because it's kind of like C4, but even stronger, where you're going to be doing a ton of damage with this, but it's extremely unsafe. And if an enemy puts their shield up, they're just going to get knocked away and then just hit you while you're still using the attack or while the attack is ending. But, like, if you're in Focus Spirit, then, oh, well, everything breaks through shields anyways, or if you buy the shield, Guard Breaker Potion. But, who uses that? Let's be honest. So, yeah, it's like really if you're in a condition where they're not going to be shielding, or you can break their shield, then that's a great attack to use in 1v1. But, yeah, they're going to get knocked out and hit by it anyways. So, it's not really that big of a deal. So, like I said, basically when you're 1v1, so hi, Elizabeth, all you're going to want to do is basically just spam dodge until they show their weak point, and then C1 or C2. That is basically its entire 1v1, because that's all it can do. And it's terrible. I'd say it's probably like bottom 3 in terms of 1v1. Not bottom 3 overall, because it's great at crowding giant bosses, but it's like 1v1 in this is such a pain. And it's even worse because 1v1, no matter what mission you're doing, you will have to do 1v1. Even in, like, rack up KO missions, there's, like, Zelda or Ganondorf or something that you're gonna have to kill. And there's actually usually some giant bosses there, too, but it's actually good at giant bosses, like I already said, so never mind. So that's not a problem, but okay, yeah, like right here. Now he's not just really showing his weak point gauge at all. So then I would just kind of not do C1. I'd just kind of do C2 over and over again until something happens. And maybe Hasty will, like, do something. And, like, yeah, even one use of a C2 doesn't take down a cute boss. It's like, come on. Okay, this is 10 minutes of ranting. I need to stop. Anyways, on to giant bosses, where things get more optimistic, but, not much better, I guess. So, for King Dodongo and Goma, you will want to C5 and then C4, and then, like, Manhandle, like I already said, it's just C5, because he's weak to fire, or it, she, whatever gender. So, yeah. Manhandle, just C5. Goma, Dodongo, C5 to C4. Then Argarok, if you're playing Legends, since I actually have Legends now and I can actually play and, like, test stuff, it's like, yeah. Then C5 to C4 also works. Or if you're playing the Wii U version, you're gonna need Hasty for that, because it's like, it'll almost work, but it's like just half a second he gets up a bit too quickly. So it's not quite a go there. And then Homerock King on Legends, I'm not quite there yet. Or Phantom Ganon. So I don't know about that. And then Ganon, and no, just give up. Same thing with Imprison, it's just like, no, just give up. So, yeah. The C4 is kind of hard to hit, especially on Argarok. Argarok is a pain to hit with the C4, but it works. It's just annoying to do. But yeah, okay. Giant bosses. Sand 1 guide. Ugh. I really don't want to use this in Legends. So I get to that adventure map. At least I have Toon Zelda to look forward to. Anyways, I'm gonna make a Linkle's Crossbows video right after this. I need something positive to all this negativity, because, like, why is this thing so terrible? I mean, there is definitely stuff worse than it, because, I mean, like, giant bosses and crowds, that does redeem it, but it's like, just so terrible at 1v1. It's like that one thing, it's so huge, because you do it every mission, and it sucks at it, and it's like, I want to say this is actually a bottom 10 weapon. Definitely bottom 3 in terms of 1v1, maybe the worst, but it's like, overall, maybe bottom 10, but like, okay, no more guide after this. This is just gonna be a rant from now on, but okay, let's just go over, okay. I'd say all 7 of Link's weapons do better in 1v1. Maybe not the Great Fairy, but the Great Fairy has a ton of damage and invincibility. If this thing had invincibility on, like, C4 and 5 and maybe strong attack, then it would definitely be better on it. But it's like, I don't know. Definitely both of Impa's weapons. Sheik, yes. All 3 of Lana's weapons, yes. All 3 of those weapons, yes. Both of those, yep. Better. I don't play Minna much, but I'm pretty sure that's better too, because C3 is like a stupid attack and it does like everything. There's your Minna guide. C3, done. Okay. Zan, yes, you're better. Fi is better. Girahim's better. Sia is better. Volga's better. Wizard's better. Twilight Minna's better. Youngling's better. Tingle, I don't know. I've never played him, and I haven't unlocked him in Legends yet, so I don't know. But he might be. Both of Linkle's weapons, yes, they're better. Your Skull Kid's better. Light Sword's better. Tetra's pretty much in the same problem. But Tetra also can't do crowds or weak point gauges as well. That's why you're the worst character in the game. How do you feel about that, girly? Daphnis is better. Medley, it's like, if they have their shield up, which a lot of enemies usually do most of the time, she has a hard time. But after that shield goes down, she combos them way too much. So I'd say she's overall better, even though it's like, until that shield goes down, she's kind of in the same point. She doesn't have any ways to break shields either, and that's kind of a problem. Marin's better, and definitely Toon Zelda. Ban her. So it's like, I really can't like this thing. And also, it's like, it's funny when you first play it, but after that, it's like, okay, this is getting old. It's just blocks of sand moving, and then a train moves forward every few seconds, and that's the entire weapon. It's like really boring. It's also kind of bad, and it's just like, I don't like this. I don't like it at all. It's like, you think at level 255 with a perfect weapon, or at least like max damage weapon, not perfect because it doesn't have hasty. You think it would do more damage, but no, it doesn't. It's like, like Fi is better, like a lot better at everything except giant bosses. She sucks at giant bosses. It's like crowd clearing. Fi is better, and 1v1 she's better. Multiple people or captains, officers, whatever you want to call them, she's better. It's like, okay, that's enough ranting. I'm sorry. Oh, that went on too long. And yeah. Anyways, goodbye.